Today we'll be performing these listed tasks. Let's start. First task, learn 10 Unix Linux commands. Need to able to explain it. For these tasks, we'll be using Windows PowerShell. Our tasks are very basic tasks. So the first one would be get location. Enter. And this way we can see the path that the directory that we are at right now. Now from here, we'll use cd command to move in between or among those directories. If we press cd dot dot and hit enter, we'll go back to previous directory. So before we were in Georgia directory and now we're in users directory under C drive. If we want to go back to Georgia directory, then we'll be pressing cd and the directory name. If we hit enter, we can go back to the directory. Now, instead of going one at a time, we can always go to any directory within our system just by clicking the path and copy them and use the cd command again, space, and put the path within double quotation and hit enter. As you can see, now we are in a directory named homework. So from here, if we want to see what are the names or what are the directories that are within the homework directory, then we can always use ls to get that information. We can use dir to find out the same information. We can also use gci to get the same information. Now, we can use another cool CMD let called get child item, and you tab, and it will take you directly to the end and hit enter. As you can see, it also gives the same information. Now there's a cool thing about it. If we don't want to see all the information and we want to be selective about the table view that we are having, we want to see only certain information, then we can always use the same CMD let get child item tab space dash name, hit enter. As you can see, it will give you only the names of the directories that are within the homework directory. Now we are right here on this side of the window. Now let's see how can we make a new directory by using mkdir command. So you put mkdir space, and you have to name the directory. So let's see, it's Ronnie, and then we hit enter. And as we can see, a directory called Ronnie just got created. Now with PowerShell, we can make any file with any extension. So for example, if we put new space item, and for example, we're going to use a document called ron.doc, and we hit enter, and there's a document file just get created. If we do the same to create, for example, PowerPoint file PPT, so .ppt, we hit enter, and as you can see, there's a PPT file being created. Now let's learn how to copy things. For copy, we can use either xcopy or cp or copy item. So let's start with xcopy. We put xcopy, and then let's see, we're gonna copy the ron.doc file into Ronnie folder or directory. So we'll put the ron.doc space, and since it's within the same directory, we can put a double quotation and we can put the directory name in between. We'll hit enter. So let's see. So this directory, here you go. We just copied this file from here to here. Now we can do the same thing using copy item command. Copy dash item. We put ron dot ppt space. We'll follow the same rule, Ronnie directory, and hit enter. So now, here you go. Both of the files are copied to this one, Ronnie directory. If we want to copy a thing, any object or any file, into a different drive or different directory, we can always put the path in between double quotation and we'll do the same thing. Now let's see how can we cut things and paste it, which is called move item. So we can use move item, ron.doc. This time we'll move it to CMD directory. we just saw that file got cut from here and got pasted over here. So that's how we move things or cut and paste. Now let's see how can we delete items. For this particular task, either we can use del. Let's try this del, or we can put remove item command. So let's start with del, and we'll put ron dot ppt and hit enter. This one just got deleted. We can do the same thing. Say for example on CMD folder we copied a document in there. So let's go to CMD folder, cd dot space CMD, and we are in a CMD folder. Now if we put ls just to see what are the items, so there's an item called rom.doc. Now we're going to use remove item, item space ron.doc. We hit enter and it will perform the same task, which is deleting. There is to be this file called ron.doc. It got deleted. So that's how we perform a delete task, which is del or remove task. Now let's see what are all the tasks that are running right now in our system. For that, we use a command, a CMD called task list, hit enter. And it will give you all the tasks that are running in our computer right now. Okay, so also we can use a notepad using this PowerShell, notepad, notepad. Okay, so let's perform that task list one more time, task list. Hit tab and then hit enter. Now all the lists. So we just performed that notepad tasks. And this number here is called product identification number, PID. It's right here. So we're just going to remember that item for right now. So now we learned how to see all the tasks that are running. Now we're going to stop a task. So for that, we'll perform the CMD like a task task kill. And then this time we're going to use /. We'll put PID number, PID, and the PID number was on notepad was 21104. 21104. We'll hit enter, and as you can see, we just killed that particular task, which is we stop that task. Now we can do the same task, perform the same task using a different CMD. Let's see it. So we'll use notepad again. Notepad, hit enter, as you can see. So this time to find out the PID number, we'll perform task list, hit tab and hit enter. And as you can see, the notepad is open right now, and this time its PID number is 22212. So for that, to use a different CMD, we can do get dash process and notepad. I'm going to use the pipe space stop dash process. And just to let you guys know, if you hit tab button, you can go to different CMD lets. And then we hit enter. We just experienced that notepad stop running. So these are some very basic CMDs, and last one would be CLS, just to clear all the tasks on our screen. CLS. What is the difference between Linux and Unix? Linux is an operating system built by Linus Torvalds at the University of Helsinki in 1991. The name Linux comes from the Linux kernel. It is the software on a computer which enables applications and the users to access the devices on the computer to perform some specific function. AT&T Bell Labs released an operating system called Unix written in C in the late 1960s, which allows quicker modification, acceptance, and portability. Unix works on CLI, command line interface, but recently there have been developments for GUI on Unix systems. Some key differences are, number one, Linux source code is available to the general public, whereas in Unix, the source code is proprietary. Linux threat detection and solution are very fast, while Unix users require longer wait times to get the proper bug fixing patch. Linux default shell is bash, while the Unix shell is Bourne shell. Give 5 useful Windows commands. Let's do this. So for this, we're going to use Windows command prompt. I have it pinned to taskbar. So I'm going to open that one. And let's start. Let's start with cd command. This is to change directory. Right now, we are on Jorda directory. And if we put cd ... and enter, then we can go back to users. And the same way, we can use cd To change directory, like if you want to go to Jordan back again, then we can put and enter. If we want to go to a certain location, instead of going step by step, we can just copy the path. For example, we want to be on this homework page directory, so we can just copy that and put cd space double quotation space enter. And now we are at homework folder. Now we're going to see how can we make a directory. For that, we'll be using make directory command md, and let's say we're going to make a directory named Ronnie. We hit enter. We can see over here that the Ronnie directory has been created. Now we're going to see how we can delete a directory. So for that, we remove directory, which is rd space, and we can name the directory that we want to delete. Enter, and the directory called Ronnie has been deleted. Now let's see how we can copy using Windows command prompt. You can use xcopy space. We want to copy this doc file run into CMD directory. We'll do ron dot extension space double quote CMD and hit enter. One file has been copied. See? You can copy any file into any destination folder, even on a different drive. If we paste the double quotation, the path inside the double quotation. We can also change this title command prompt by using title. Let's name it Ronnie. Okay, the title has been changed. We can also change the color, the text. That help color, and these are all the colors that is listed. Put color. Let's say we're gonna make it light aqua. Space B. Enter. The color has been changed. If we don't want to see the whole path over here, we can also do that by putting prompt. Say we're gonna name it Ronnie. Enter. Now we can clear all those by putting CLS command. If you want to exit, you can also. What is the difference between PowerShell and Windows CMD command prompt? PowerShell is a scripting language. Its commands are built on .NET format. Its scripts are called CMDlets, which are super easy to use and have a standardized syntax. This enables the administrators to create powerful scripts using PowerShell. It can interpret both PowerShell and batch commands. It is a task-based system that gives output in terms of objects. Command prompt is a command line interpreter that is already available in Windows. It is a string-based interface that processes commands in batch files. It can perform essential functions like deleting, copying, and pasting. It is best used for debugging problems. Its output is a stream of characters. Now we'll write a batch script file. For that, we'll be using Notepad, and we'll perform a simple task using batch script. So the cd, for example, we will make a directory within this directory. So we'll copy that path and put it down here. And then we'll make a directory called 1, 2, and 3. When you save it, we'll save it as test.bat, all files, and hit save. Now we can see we created the batch file. Let's run it. There you go. Create the folder structure according to the diagram provided. The diagram that was given to us is right here, and the task is to make this folder structure using CMD command prompt. And these are the code right next to it, or commands right next to it to make that folder structure.